Alright, so after we recorded Slaughtering Grounds, we figured we'd take a look at community discussions.
Oh, we tried to take a look at the store page, but it's gone.
Yeah, the store page. It's just a gravestone.
You know what? I wonder what that one is. How to succeed in Slaughtering Grounds. I mean, it's got 5 stars, so...
First thing to understand, it's a very innovative title that you might deem similar at first glance to many other games, Left 4 Dead, Dead Rising, Killing Floor, but you should be aware that this game is severely different, as the games prior are about killing zombies with your friends and generally having a great time. However, the Slaughtering Grounds understands that a zombie apocalypse would really not be anything like those games. It would be painful, you'd be afraid to sleep, you'd have to scavenge for food, and you would not be ready. I mean, seriously, you get thrown into this new life of terror and agony without really understanding what's happening. The Slaughtering Grounds perfectly understands this and tries to reflect this in the gameplay. Playing the game is painful, and you will be haunted by pondering questions like why or how, and most importantly, fuck! Launching the game. Upon first launching the game, you will be met with the illusion of choice. Most of the information presented to you will not mean much for you, and really probably won't do much for you anyway. You can choose your player model, but it does not matter. The player model descriptions are ravings of ancient madmen, and the models do not have any impact on the game. You can buy weapons, but you have no money. You can turn the music off, but it does not matter. It will appear again in-game.
Oh, wow, we should have tried that.
Oh, but didn't you want to hear the 4-second loop of Oriental strings?
Oh, you mean the insane pseudo-agent group crafted by only the likes of Soulja Boy himself to remind you about what you're doing?
Yes, and truly, what are you doing? Now, asking the big... the big questions, single player or multiplayer. Now, after the gauntlet of choosing your options, you must decide on what mode you'll be playing. As will you play as the lone wolf, or will you opt for a role in society to satisfy your sad need of belonging in the world, as you grasp at straws of approval from anyone in this cruel and empty experience? The real truth is that it does not matter yet again. Like, seriously, in my experience of trying to play multiplayer, all I could see being proof of anyone else playing was an IRC protocol style chat that brought me nostalgia from an older time, as I remember when MIRC and crackling internet modems were still a thing. Puberty hadn't blossomed yet, and my mother still warned me of the dangers of talking to strangers on MSN. Oh god, I feel fucking old reading this. Sadly, I did not follow her advice, and I fear this is one of the main reasons this game has a place in my life now. A recent update has supposedly added some changes to the game from what I hear, but being a seasoned veteran and proudly having learned all the metagame strats in my 40 minutes of playing this game, I felt at peace and decided it was finally my time to gracefully throw in the towel and watch the game and its community bloom from a distance. To be honest, I doubt it matters. Regardless of your choice to play solo or online, you will find yourself submerged in a cruel world filled with all kinds of monstrosities, varying in artistic style. Looking akin to Sesame Street is experienced by an epileptic on experimental Russian drugs purchased from spam mail. The scenery is dreadful, but you must adapt quickly. The monsters will give you no rest, and in many cases will actually pop into existence right in front of your face. Not that you'll see them anyway. Your field of vision will always be capped of that of the short-sighted horse wearing blinders. I was lucky enough to encounter the sole developer of the game, a man beyond my comprehension and wisdom, especially in the arcane arts of indie video game development. Upon asking, what the fuck, why is my FOV 20? He was happy to explain that increasing the field of vision would make the game run slower. Seeing as the game was already running at a whopping 15 frames per second, I could understand and empathize with his concern. Anyways, you'll have to move quickly, is my point. If nothing else will give you solace in this world, at least you should know this. You will never run out of stamina. The one thing in the game you don't run out of. You were
Yeah.
equipped with 2 guns at the start, a shotgun and another gun. Both their view models weirdly point to your left, but don't worry, the bullets come out from some bizarre hole in your chest. Upon shooting an enemy with your shotgun, you'll find that the enemies explode into a flurry of ketchup and Play-Doh. Their corpses vibrating on the ground in such a violent fashion that it will bring your game from 15 FPS to 10 for a brief moment. After consulting the dev once again, he said his words were, "This was a feature, not a bug."
Oh god, the mark of any bad developer.
After that massive relief, beware that you will run out of ammo in less time than it takes to regret buying this game. Naturally, you have switched to your other gun. This is a mistake and should be avoided at all costs. There are actually ammo pickups in the game. We didn't find them until like 10 minutes in. Shaped as flying spinning boxes that are spread out maybe one per square mile grid. Naturally, the ammo only replenishes the gun you're currently holding. Now, even with you understanding what you're dealing with, you will not survive. You will not know if you're being hit because there are no hit indicators to show that it's happening, besides the massive amounts of JPEG artifacted blood sprites.
Zing!
Zing indeed. That will cover your screen at all times once you've been battered a bit. Your character is about as aware as someone drifting off to sleep after taking multiple doses of Ambien and Vicodin.
Yeah, word of advice, kids. Never steal your assets from JPEGs.
Word of advice, kids, if you're going to steal your assets from JPEGs, don't be fucking trash at Photoshop.
Nah, you always want to steal them from PNGs. JPEGs have too much compression on them, and they'll fuck up trying to do a clear grab.
Fair enough. I found this to be essential work of detail in helping to truly immerse yourself into this experience. Your character will die, silently and willingly. He is experiencing true apathy from being in this universe. Truly, we can never understand the pain on his level. But thankfully, we have a little keyhole to peer into and imagine what it could be like. Just look at that face. Look at that fucking face.
I'm dying.
Believe it or not, there are actually objectives to complete in this game. The developer calls them quests, how original, and not to deny Dante II's eternal wisdom, I still do not feel that the world is appropriate. Your objectives are located on the top left corner, made unpredictable by the aforementioned red mayonnaise sprites. They will tell you to do things like blow up X amounts of the Riddler, or save the princess from her castle, and other similar tasks. There's no counter on how many bogeyman killing tasks you have already executed, so there's no way to know if you're doing well or not. In reality, it doesn't matter, as the game will not reward you anyway. Sure, it'll give you money, but what good is the money when you're drowning in eternal sorrow by painstakingly trying to detonate mines that were most likely programmed originally on a TI-82?
Yeah, I've seen better mines programmed than a TI-82.
But then again, we've just recently seen better mines programmed on a Samsung Galaxy 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shots fired. This game isn't...
tell me that ain't gonna be dated in a few years.
Yeah. Oh, if anyone's watching this video a few years from now, thank you for being that compulsive to watch all of our videos from when we still sucked. This game does not want to give you any amount of satisfaction while you're playing it. I can verify that. In conclusion, don't do the quests. Make up your own goals and dreams. Be something. I believe in you. Airdrops. Obviously, there are airplanes that drop supplies for you. If you're lucky, you might happen to look at the sky when they appear. Still, it's not like it has any meaning to you or anything, as you'll never find the supplies they drop in your never-ending run through the samey-looking buildings in large areas. You may think you just heard a plane, but you can't be sure over the pumping soundtrack that your character seems maniacally motivated to keep playing, probably as a last thread of normality to hold on to. So in conclusion, don't look for the airdrop, as you'll only waste time and die. What the drops actually provide you with, that you can't already find scattered around the ground, will surely remain one of the 7 mysteries of our universe. Multiplayer, at its first glance, identical to single player, except for the multiplayer is at first glance identical to single player, except for the previously mentioned notepad in the corner. Notice that you can't see more than 2 lines of previous chat while the window appears scrollable. It isn't. Spooky stuff.
Spoopy stuff indeed.
You might be wondering how you can find other people in multiplayer, and the truth is that you won't. The only person you can presume to see all player models in the game, own Mastermind himself, which upon gracing you with an early death will say something along the lines of, hee hee, gotcha. There's no penalty from dying whatsoever there, so what's even the point? Like, in general. These are the only differences from single player. It's also worth noting that you'll forever only play with a dev and the few other worthless souls, much like yourself and I, that somehow ended up forever having this game listed in our libraries. Fact, you can actually request a game be removed from your library. And I think...
Wait. What does that say?
What?
I'll read the tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks, or the true strats. The GUI can be disabled, which is a good thing, as it causes general eye damage and covers half your screen. You might be thinking to yourself, how will I see how much ammo I have left? Amazingly, the dev thought the very same thing about this option and thought of a clever loophole. You will no longer have to worry about ammo altogether, as disabling the GUI gives you infinite ammo. Are you serious? What?
They tied your ability to shoot to the GUI being there.
The menu to do this can be accessed by pressing escape, where half the option will be covered by your gun, which obviously exists at the highest possible plane of existence. Oh my god. In this menu, you also have the option to turn off the music, but why would you want to deny yourself the pleasure of the funkiest beat known to the human race? Besides, you probably already tried from the launch menu and it will find another way back. The option to quit the game can be found here as well, which is arguably the best feature in the game. After quitting, if you for some reason decide to quit playing the game, let it be known that the game truly never ends. There will most likely be a stuck process called GDI in EXE in your system, a process that will give you the 15 frames per second feature in every other game you play from then on out. A reboot of your system will sadly disable this feature.
Wait a second. Yeah, I was about to say. Do a CPU check. Basically click CPU. System idle process, alright, maybe applications would be better.
GDI. No?
Oh, right, looks like it's good. Gone, thankfully.
Okay.
That would have been pathetic.
Yeah.
Like, that, like, there is a simple command in Unity you call to exit the game. If you somehow manage to fuck that up, holy crap.
Oh, you're not giving these people enough credit. They make...
I'm giving them too much credit.
No, you see, they make fucking up an art form. Coping with depression. See how... You might have to edit this part out. Yep, I'm going to cut that chunk out. I thought it was just going to be dogs barking it. Anyway, moving on. How to stop playing this game. Simple. Launch the game from Steam. Press exit and you're done with this horrible game. Congratulations. That's not all. Uninstall the game and forget about it too. Fire Dasher. Thanks, Lil. Fuck this game. I couldn't have said it better myself, Fire Dasher. That George G. Oh, look at this. Wyatt Derp 2, Starship Nova Strike, Decimation of... Oh, removed store name. Oh, look at all those games.
Wait, are those all their games? Are those all digital homicide?
I think. Because I know Wyatt Derp is. I'm pretty sure Medieval Mercs is. There's the Slaughtering Grounds right here. Dungeon of Cragmore I know is. Those are all digital homicide. Holy shit. I didn't realize they had such a huge library.
Well, it's easy to put out a ton of games when you just cut and paste other people's shit.
Yeah, whenever you fucking torrent everyone else's stuff instead of actually paying for it.
What does that say? Oh.
How to uninstall the Slaughtering Ground.
What's the above one though?
This one?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm sorry, Andrew, but you're about to be single.
Is the relationship over? No, we're fine here. She knew it was a joke.
Spelled that. How to uninstall the Slaughtering Grounds. Now, you may be in a severely low mental state after playing the Slaughtering Grounds, definitely, which may make uninstalling the game and removing the nightmare forever quite difficult. Make sure to take deep breaths and put your mind on something happy, like a world without the Slaughtering Grounds. How about that? That world exists. As of...
I don't know, we just played it, so it's still lingering somewhere.
Yes, but we can rest easy knowing that future generations will not have to suffer the same way that we do.
Well, here's going to be the real issue, though. Now that this game's been taken off Steam, it's probably going to be more coveted than ever. Because now it's a game people can't play.
Do you remember whenever they did that with Paranautical Activity?
No, I thought Paranormal Activity was still here.
Well, what happened was the developer of Paranautical Activity, he basically talked shit on Gabe Newell and basically slandered Steam pretty hard. So they fucking cut his game off of the store, and he begged and pleaded for a month to get them to let him re-upload the game. So now it's called
Atonement Edition?
Yeah, Deluxe Atonement Edition or something. Yeah, Paranormal Deluxe Atonement Edition, yeah.
Oh my god, so that's what that means.
Yeah. Nope, that wasn't it. It was Community Guides? No. Community Hub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Back to more dicking around. If you don't think the Slaughtering Grounds deserves the Golden Joystick Award of 2014, then you are a scumbag, shitlord, misogynist.
I think honestly it deserves the Golden Mullet Award. There's something that dates me a little bit.
The what?
The Golden Mullet Award? You know what that is, right?
Nope. You tell.
It's something X-Play used to give, actually. It was inspired after the Aquaman video game for Xbox, which was just as bad as Superman 64.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, but basically the only thing that had been programmed even remotely well in that game was Aquaman's flowing hair. So they really created an award called the Golden Mullet Award for the worst game of the year.
That's amazing. Oh, that's like Deadly Premonition. Like 90% of their budget went into the main character's wet coat animation. They had to like.
Yeah, but that game was actually still kind of good.
Yeah, the game drug on. It was like a real FBI simulator. FBI zombie simulator, as real as I can get, but see. Okay, this should be good. How to play the Slaughtering Grounds properly. Don't. uh,
Oh, category story of lore.
story.
Wow, it even comes simplified Chinese
In Bulgarian.
and Thai.
Finnish. Greek. Oh, so much. What the fuck is this?
That would be the zombie people. Yeah, that's what the historical looks like.
Oh, wow. How to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? What? Get 2 slices of bread, get a butter knife, get a jar of peanut butter and a jar of jelly. Spread peanut butter on jelly on the 2 slices of bread with the butter knife. Put the 2 slices together. Congratulations, you won! Why is that so fucking funny? Is it because that's a better guide than this is a game? Yeah!
You know, I think we've had more fun on this page than we actually have in the game.
Oh, I've laughed more on this than I have in a long time. What? How can you say you like this game?
Shill?
I doubt it. Like, one person in this wave of shitposting is not going to save your crappy company. Move from the story and from Greenlight. I've been reviewing games since 2003. I've seen it all. Websites being paid by gaming companies to give their games good scores. Critics that gave horrible games good scores to play it safe or try to butter up the gaming company. Reviewers being fired for giving their honest opinion. This is the first game made by Imminent Uprising. So, if so, let me explain something to you. We cannot give your game a good score if the game doesn't deserve it. If a game is bad and a reviewer gives it a good score, no one will bother reading their reviews again if they can't trust the reviewer. This is true. As a matter of fact, I've seen 2 critics lose their jobs after giving Sonic Freeriders a good score. People wrote in comments and emailed laughing at the reviewer saying, if you call this a good game in your reviews, I'm not going to bother looking at your other reviews. They eventually reached the point where they did not have any traffic reported on their site, meaning no one was looking at their post. Not just reviews, but anything that had to do with them. People are not as stupid as you think they are. Imminent Uprising, which I assume is the first name of Digital Homicide. Your game is bad. Any positive reviews are out there, pity and mercy. And you want us to throw our career away just to say your game is good? Why? I know you're new here, but gaming companies get bad reviews all the time. Imagine making something as big as Resident Evil 6 only to have everyone say it's a horrible game because it tries too hard to be action shooter oriented instead of survival horror. I like Resident Evil 6. You know what? There's a lot of games that people say are shitty that I really like. I like Resident Evil 6. I like Metroid Other M. And I like Zelda Skyward Sword.
So, Digital Homicide has been developed under the names Imminent Uprising, Digital Homicide Studios, Every Click Counts Games, Micro-Strategic Game Designs, and under the names J. Romine and R. Romine, which are the 2 names of the founders.
Oh.
And it's also been published under Digital Homicide Studios, Game Portal Publishing, Micro-Strategic Game Design, Yeah, that's the only ones. And one of the games developed by R. Romine was also published as R. Romine.
And I bet you anything they're gonna come back under a different name and try to publish games again.
Oh yeah, I mean they're so good at it.
Yeah, they've put out so many games. They must be experts in the community. They make such terrible companies like Square Enix and Nintendo weep out of just utter sheer jealousy that they can't be great like the Armor 9 whatever corporation. Should we put a trigger warning before that for heavy sarcasm?
Yep.
Or do you think people will get it?
Oh, here's a bit of fun news. Imminent Uprising even went as so far as to create a fake contest telling people they could win a free game key if they talk trash on the game in their forums. Users they promptly banned directly afterwards.
What? So wait.
Yeah.
They were going to give away a free GameCube to people who shit talk.
Game Key.
Oh, Game Key. I'm sorry, I misheard you. I thought you said GameCube. It's like that is the strangest prize ever. But it makes sense.
Yeah, they really baited a bunch of people into shit talking them, then banned them.
You know, like I said at the end of Slaughtering Grounds video, because obviously this has gone on so long, this will probably have to be a secondary bonus video, not just like tacked on at the end like I originally intended.
Yeah.
Like I said at the end of the Slaughtering Grounds video, I'm going to need some chemotherapy to cleanse my soul of this shit. So, until next time, everyone, I want you all to take care. Take care for us, please. Dear Jesus, take care.
Night, everyone.